Hello! I said Craig told me I had to wait till 5 past in case people were late. So this is 5 past 7. Thank you all for coming. A huge, big, giant audience. Tell the people on YouTube, it's a massive audience. There's loads of people here. Thank you all for coming to Dundee Uni's first Staff versus Students University Challenge in, I think, since 2011. So it's been a while. Staff almost always win. Students have won once. So we're going to see if tonight, I'm entirely unbiased, if the students can try and claw it back. So I'm Ian McKinnon, President of DUSA. I am acting as Jeremy Paxman or Brian Cox, who was meant to be hosting but couldn't come. He's coming on Monday instead, which is useless. But so I am pretending to be both Brian and Jeremy. We have two teams tonight, staff and students. Do you all want to introduce yourselves and press your inventive buzzers that DUSA's exec support Anne-Marie Bottoms bought? So we start with staff.
I'm Anna Rock, and I'm from Skill Education.
That's a cow. I'm Trevor Harley from Psychology.
I'm Karen Petrie from the School of Computing.
What's that?
I think it's a dog. I'm not entirely sure, actually.
I'm Andy Jackson from the Library and Learning Centre.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm Doug Young. I'm a fourth-year history and politics student.
So use the microphone.
I'm Ian Brodie. I'm part-time level 2, psychology, philosophy and film studies.
I'm Rebecca McCall. I'm a fourth-year geography and environmental science student.
And I'm Stefan Tomov, Deputy President of DUSA.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, we're going by the rules of the TV show. So each question is, you have a starter for 10, which is worth 10 points. If you get that right, you get 10 points. If you get it wrong before the question is finished, if you buzz before I finish asking the question and you get it wrong, you then lose 5 points. But if you get it wrong once I've answered the full question, that's fine. If you get it wrong, it then gets passed to the other team. If you get the starter for 10 right, you get 3 follow-up questions. Each of them are worth 5 points. And on those follow-up questions, you can confer. You can't on the starter. So I'm going to rely on the audience to make sure people aren't cheating, because I'm standing off to the side, you see. So just shout out if you think the other team's cheating. Craig is doing the scores tonight. Anne-Marie was going to become my glamorous assistant, but she's in a play, so Craig is having to do it. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. He doesn't know how the scoring system works, so also if he does it wrong, shout at him. It's going to go well. It's going to go well. All the starter for 10s are actually from the ones we got from the BBC, so apologies if they are hard. The BBC sent us these, so the bonus questions we had to make up ourselves, so they're probably slightly easier because we had to, well, I had to come up with them with the help of the internet, so they might be slightly. What's your flag say, JB? Go Doug. You've got a fan, Doug. Right, I have shuffled the questions I got from the BBC. I have loads, but I don't think we'll need them all, unless everyone gets lots of them wrong. So I suppose we could just start. So I will start with the first question. Buzz if you've got the answer, and no conferring for starter for 10s. So first starter for 10. The novelist Bertha von Suttner, the social reformer Jane Addams, and the sociologist Emily Green Balch were the first 3 women to win which prize, awarded in 2003 for the first time to a Muslim woman, the Iranian lawyer Shirin Ebadi?
Nobel Prize for Literature?
Incorrect. Students?
Nobel Prize for Peace?
Correct. At least you waited until it was done, you see. Okay. Aha. This is relevant. Okay. So your follow-up questions are 3 questions of people born on March 10th. And Ian, I think it's your birthday today. None of the questions are on you. Okay. That was not one. Ian is not one of the 3 people. So I need you to name the person. Okay. You can confer. Born 1987, #1 hits with Read All About It, Next to Me, and Beneath You're Beautiful, and performed at the opening and closing ceremonies for the London Olympics. See, the audience know. Yes, born 87, Number one hits include, I think, Read All About It, Next to Me, and Beneath You're Beautiful, and performed at the opening and closing.
Oh, do I have to buzz? Oh, right. Emily Sanders.
Correct.
Sunday.
5 points for students. Okay.
Sunday. I don't know what's returning.
Sandy.
Oh, right, sorry.
Born 1957, fought the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, banished from Saudi Arabia in 1992, and helped orchestrate bombings on US embassies in 1998.
It's Bin Laden.
It is Bin Laden. And born 1979, best known for playing Abed Nadir on TV show Community, a character with a passion for the sitcom Cougar Town.
Sorry, the actor's name.
The actor's name. He was born in 1978. You gonna pass? Yeah, it was Danny Pudi. So students well ahead already, see? Good start. Next start for 10. Right. We're going to clap every time, this could take a while. Which word of Spanish origin is used particularly of parallel mountain ranges such as those of the Rockies, Sierra Nevada, and Andes?
Montana.
Incorrect. Staff?
Could you repeat it?
Yes. Which word of Spanish origin is used particularly of parallel mountain ranges such as those of the Rockies, Sierra Nevada, and the Andes? Pass. It was Cordilleras. Of course. Okay, next one. By what name was the Roman Emperor Gaius Caesar usually known? He was the son of Agrippa and Germanicus and was the successor to Tiberius.
Caligula.
Caligula is correct. Follow-up questions for the staff. 3 questions. Well done, Andy. 3 questions. 3 questions on the lyrics of the Proclaimers. Name the song when you hear the line. All songs here, I'm not singing. All songs here appeared in the musical Sunshine on Leith, first performed in Dundee. First lyric. You've been let down, messed around, told to get your feet back on the ground. You've been ripped off, written off, told that an act of kindness made you soft. Anything?
Cap in hand.
No, it should have been loved. I think Doug knew that. He's nodding. Next one. This is the story of losing my virginity. I held my breath and the Fae held a trinity. People, I'm making no claims to no mystery, but sometimes I feel like my sex life's all history. No, again. No Proclaimers fan. It's the next line. Do you want the answer? Right, over and done with. And then the last one, Lochaber no more, Sutherland no more, Lewis no more, Skye no more.
Letter from America.
Correct, 5 points. Next starter for 10. Originating in Indonesia, which protein-rich food is made from cooked fermented soybean paste inoculated with Rhizopus oligopsoft? Oh.
Tofu.
No. Lose 5 points for staff. It's made from... What? Yes. It's made from cooked fermented soybean paste inoculated with the Rhizopus oligosporus fungus. Pass if you don't know. You can't confer.
Sorry.
They can't answer.
Right, it's tempeh. People went, oh, like they knew. Okay, in biology, which group of molecules contains an amino group and a carboxylic acid group attached to the so-called alpha carbon?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. In biology, which group of molecules contains an amino group and a carboxylic acid group attached to the so-called alpha carbon? Nope. Oh.
Proteins?
No. Alpha amino acids. I would have accepted amino acids because it tells me to. Come on, try and get one right. Do your best. Described as the foremost scourge of scientific pretension in this country, which contemporary British philosophers' works include Beast and Man, Evolution as Religion, and Science and Poetry?
Richard Dawkins.
No. I'm going to start running through these really quickly. It's Mary Midgley. The reshaping of British railways was a 1963 report by which British Railways... Beaching is correct. 10 points for Sna. Yeah. Okay, 3 questions on fictional cocktails. Fictional cocktails. I'll just throw them across. Yep. Yep, smoothie.
Just a quick comment. I have a comment by someone watching on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Could you please use the microphones because they can't understand your answers?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Talia. Okay, created by Zaphod Beeblebrox, from which book does the pan-galactic gargle blaster originate that apparently feels like having your brain smashed out by a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Correct. Named after one of his many babes, what is the name of the cocktail created by James Bond in Casino Royale containing 3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, and half a measure of Quina Lillet? Nope. The Vesper. And what is the secret ingredient in The Simpsons' favourite cocktail, the Flaming Moe? Cough syrup. Okay, next start for 10. No conferring, students. Introduced by German physicist Rudolf Clausius in 1850, what concept is used to quantify the molecular disorder or randomness of a system? It is defined as the measure of a system's thermal energy per unit.
Entropy.
Entropy is correct. Another 10 points for staff. 3 University of Dundee acronyms. You need to tell me the full name. They're not that hard. And you can confer. JB. Use the microphone, remember, for the people watching online. I'm glad there's people watching online. CAHID.
Centre for Anatomy and Human Identification.
Correct. 5 points.
I'll check before.
DUSA.
Dundee University Student Association.
Yep. And then CASTLE.
Do you know, you can ask that, and I work for Castle.
Centre for Academic Skills,
Teaching, Learning and Enterprise.
Enterprise or entrepreneurship.
Use the microphone. Use the microphone. Stefan's going to call you out if you're wrong.
Centre for... Where's it got? Academic. No.
Just right. Don't say anything. Let them go.
Teaching, Learning and Enterprise.
That's
Centre for
wrong.
Academic Skills, Teacher, Learning and Enterprise.
Centre for the Enhancement of Academic. There's an enhancement in there that doesn't.
I got that wrong.
It's all right. We filmed it, Andy. I know. Next question. Next start for 10. After feudal lords who extorted tolls from travellers, what 2-word term is sometimes used for those American magnates of the late 19th century who became wealthy by unethical means, such as questionable stock market operations and the exploitation of labour?
Robber Barons.
Robber Barons is correct. Students, come on. 3 questions on special editions of the game of Monopoly. Why did some football fans boycott the Dundee version of the game on release? No. Football fans boycott the Dundee version of the game.
Yeah, it must have had just Tannadice Park and no Dens Park.
It valued Tannadice as higher than Dens Park. In the original version of Monopoly, Park Place and Boardwalk are the most expensive sites. But what comes a close second to Graceland on the Elvis Presley 25th anniversary edition? Anything?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is correct. Got a clap for that. Receiving its own themed version of the game 2 years before Dundee, which Scottish island version of Monopoly featured sites such as Brodick and Goat Fell?
Arran.
Correct. Would you have known that, students? Next start for 10. Which, from Greek words for equal and tongue, what name is given to a line on a map delimiting the area in which a given linguistic feature occurs? Yeah.
Isogloss.
Correct. Andy's storming through. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 3 questions on 3 questions on rivers. At 6,300 kilometers long, this river is the 3rd longest in the world and the longest in Asia. What is it called?
Yellow?
No, Yangtze. Yellow's the 2nd longest in Asia. In which river was Jesus baptized?
Jordan?
Correct. What name is given to a flat stretch of land within a river valley which is the remnant of an earlier floodplain when the river was at a higher level? Yep. What name is given to a flat stretch of land within a river valley that is the remnant of an earlier floodplain when the river was at a higher level? Quick, quick. Guess. Pass? It was a river terrace. Ah. Okay. In music, what is the tonic sol fa name for the 6th note of a major scale? Go on.
Can you repeat?
Yep. In music, what is the tonic sol fa name for the 6th note of a major scale? Anything? Yeah. Correct. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. 3 questions on Alan Turing. Come on, students. But anyway, this is for staff. You can confer. What is the name of the code-breaking centre established by the UK government in 1938 where Turing famously worked?
Bletchley Park.
Yep. Thought you might get these ones.
See, computing.
For which sport did Turing try out for the British Olympic team in 1948? And missed by 1 space. Go on, guess something.
Yeah, something like that.
Quick, anything, guess.
Long jump.
Marathon. Which British Prime Minister formally apologised on behalf of the British government for the appalling way that Turing was treated?
It's either Cameron or Blair. We'll go Blair.
Brown.
Brown.
Next start for 10. Come on, students. You were good in the test. Along with sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium, what common element makes up group 16 of the periodic table?
Sorry, can I get the elements again?
Sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Group 16. You might as well guess. That's a good point. Thank you, David. Guess. Someone guess. No. Students, you want to guess? You might as well guess an element. Oxygen. What is the 2-word English name most often used to refer to the building in Paris that has been called Our Lady of the Pipework and has been likened to an oil...
The Pompidou Centre.
Correct. 3 questions on a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker. I like making these up. The term butcher of has been used to describe many historical figures. What cities were Ariel Sharon and Saddam Hussein the supposed butchers of? Quick. Yeah, come on. Use your microphone. Guess.
Beirut?
And? What 2 cities?
Yeah, Beirut and Baghdad, yeah.
Correct. Causing the destruction of over 13,000 homes, 87 churches, and St. Paul's Cathedral, the Great Fire of London was started in a bakery on what street?
Pudding Lane.
Pudding Lane is correct. What's the score? Oh, dear. Tallow, a traditional ingredient in candles, is made from the fat of which 2 animals? You might as well guess.
Pig and cow.
Cow and sheep. Next, got start for 10. Fingers on buzzers. Motivated in particular by the suicide of a 14-year-old girl whose funeral he had conducted in Lincoln in 1935, which Anglican priest founded the Samaritans in 1953? Correct. How do you know all these things?
Well, everybody knows these.
Oh,
His finger, that's
3 questions on the 2011 royal wedding. That first one's really easy. Who is older, William or Kate? Microphone. Yeah, microphone, the answer. You don't need to buzz.
Kate.
Correct, 6 months. What degree subject did they both study at St Andrews?
Oh, well, they started one and then they changed. So do you want the one they started or the one they changed to?
I want the one that the internet told me.
Well, they started history of art and then they graduated in geography, and William did.
The internet said history of art, so I'll give you that. Definitely. Kate, if and when she becomes queen, will be Queen Catherine the what? What number?
Third.
Sixth.
Oh.
And I don't know them all, so I assume it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Truly, Madly, Deeply, Cold Mountain, and The English Patient are among the works of which film director who died in March 2008? No. Microphone.
Sorry, can you mention the
Yep. Truly, Madly, Deeply, Cold Mountain, and The English Patient. Go on, guess. Use the microphone. And you can't confer. 3, 2, 1. Anthony Minghella. And now you bought. In mathematics, if 16 is the fourth squared number, what is the fourth cubed number?
64.
Correct. Three questions. Remember, use your microphone. 3 questions on the links the Disney film Frozen has with other Disney films. Come on, Becca.
Oh my goodness, that's like the worst film
It's not the worst film ever. 2 characters from which other Disney film appear during the song for the first time in Forever? The audience knows.
Tangled.
Tangled is correct. Idina Menzel voices Elsa in Frozen, but she has previously appeared in 2 other Disney roles, 1 film and 1 TV. Name either the film or the TV show.
Oh my goodness, the Wizard of Oz one, was it?
What you confirm?
Oh, it's the musical that
3,
Glee.
2, no, Glee's not.
No.
Too late.
She's a
Too late. That are Disney.
It's Disney.
No, it's not.
Oh no.
Hercules is the TV show where she plays Circe and Enchanted.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Frozen is the first film since Tarzan to do what for Disney, which was then repeated again this year by Big Hero 6?
Best Oscar animated movie.
You were so close. Just win an Oscar. Animated Oscar didn't exist when Tarzan came out. Sorry. Ooh. The answer, yeah, it was win an Oscar. Tarzan didn't win for Best Animated Film. Shrek was the first film to win that. Give them the points anyway. The audience say so.
No, we don't need your petty point.
Students, do you want the extra 5 points? Yes. That was a staff member that requested that. Next act for 10. In botanical or medical terminology, and of Greek and Latin origin respectively, the words xiphoid and ensiform both refer to what shape? Right? 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Circle.
No. Students, you want to guess the shape? Guess.
Triangle.
Sword. BBC wrote that one. BBC wrote that one. The Galerie Espace, which exhibits works by Salvador Dali, the last remaining vineyard in Paris, and the Church of Sacré-Cœur are all located in which area of the city? Yes. Microphones, yeah. Do you want to go hold the microphone? 3 questions on fictional dogs. Who owned the following fictional dogs given the name and their source format? So, first one. I got this on the internet. Dogmatics first appeared in comics. Dogmatics.
Asterix and Obelix.
Yeah.
Asterix.
Correct. Fluffy first appeared in literature. Anything? Guess? Hagrid in Harry Potter. K9, television.
The Doctor.
Yes, the Doctor or Sarah Jane Smith. Another one on France. In Languedoc, the name of the language of medieval France south of Loire, as distinct from Languedoil, spoken in the north, what is the meaning of the word oc? Guess. No. Microphone.
Village.
Yes. Well, the answer is no. The answer is yes.
Wait, what's? Sorry.
The answer is yes.
Okay, right.
I realized if I said yes, you would have thought.
Sorry, I haven't had much sleep, all right?
The 12 battles of the Isonzo between 1915 and 1917 were actions on which front of the First World War?
Italian front.
Correct. 3 questions on Tom, Dick, and Harry. Who was the first male singer to record UK chart hits on 9 different labels? Guess.
Tom Jones.
Correct. Which fictional detective did Chester Gould create?
Can you repeat the question?
Which fictional detective did Chester Gould create? Staff know, I heard them say it.
Oh no, I'm scared to
Guess.
say it in case you get it. Is it Dick Tracy?
It is. Which Harry found fame alongside Liam, Lewis, Niall, and Zayn?
One Direction.
That's not the answer.
Oh,
No. Which
Oh, sorry,
Harry?
Harry Styles.
Too late, no.
Oh no!
Ingesting fish contaminated by which metallic element causes Minamata disease?
Mercury.
Yes. 3 famous whodunits. You have to tell me who done it. Who shot JR?
Kristen.
Yes. Who killed Lucy? Microphone.
Bobby.
Correct. And finally, in memory of the death yesterday of the Simpsons co-creator Sam Simon, who shot Mr. Burns? All the students know. In the original. The episode's called Who Shot Mr. Burns?
Krusty the Clown.
No, Maggie the baby. You don't get the point. Fingers on mothers. Who shot Mr. Burns is from the 90s? What 7-letter word can mean the following? Colours that are neither strong nor positive. A gear in which the engine is disconnected from the... Neutral. Yes. That was students. Look, students are catching up.
All students.
3 questions on eggs. Which vegetable is traditionally served with eggs Florentine?
Asparagus?
No, spinach. Which electronic plaything takes its name from the Japanese for lovable egg? Michael.
Tamagotchi.
Correct. Which British MP resigned after claiming that most eggs in the UK and Britain contain salmonella, causing a 60% drop in UK egg sales and the slaughter of 4 million chickens?
Edwina Curry.
Correct. So we know for the future the students need to get a mature student on their team to win. Because that's 2, Doug and Ian. Sorry, Doug. Which biblical figure links a recreational district of Hamburg, the state capital of Minnesota?
St. Paul.
Correct. And the largest city in Brazil. 3 questions on hippos. Of course, exactly. Hippos secrete a natural sunscreen to protect their skin, which is what colour? Microphone.
White.
Red. It's known as blood sweat. What animal? I checked this one. Doug questioned this earlier, but it's correct. What animals are hippos closest related to? Your mama. What? Did you not hear it?
Horse.
No. Previously thought to be horses and pigs. It is whales. Or porpoises, apparently. Hippos are often known as the most what animal in Africa? Probably true.
Dangerous.
Correct. They kill crocodiles, lions, and humans. What did Aristotle describe as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, in language embellished with each kind of artistic ornament, the several kinds being found in separate parts of the play, with incidents arousing pity and fear, wherewith to? Guess. 3, 2, 1. No.
Irony?
Tragedy. Often forming dense thickets in tidal swamps, which group of tropical plants traditionally used for tanning leather red have aerial roots and salt-filtering tap roots that enable them to survive in blackish water? Brackish water, yeah. Who was that? Yep.
Mangrove.
Correct. 3 questions on plastic surgery. Gluteal augmentation surgery increases the size of what part of the human body? Microphone.
Bottom.
Correct. What procedure slims and reshapes specific areas of the body by removing excess fat deposits, supposedly improving body contours and proportion?
Liposuction.
Correct. The earliest record of plastic surgery comes from somewhere between 3000 and 2500 BC and was in reference to the repairing of a broken nose. In what ancient kingdom did this apparently take place?
Egypt.
Correct. Start for 10. Which body of water did Charles Darwin describe as miscalled in his Voyage of the Beagle? Its name is thought to be an allusion to the calm seas experienced by Ferdinand Magellan on first reaching it in 1520. You're laughing at me saying his name wrong.
Pacific.
Correct. 3 questions on J.K. Rowling, or Rowling. What was the name of J.K. Rowling's first non-Harry Potter book recently adapted by the BBC?
The Casual Vacancy.
Correct. The Cuckoo's Calling and The Silkworm were published by Rowling under which pseudonym?
Robert Galbraith.
Correct. People are impressed by that one. Rowling hand-wrote 7 copies of which Harry Potter spin-off book, one of which sold at auction for £2 million to Amazon?
Mythical Beasts and Where to Find Them?
No. That was the Red-Nosed Day book. It was the Tales of Beedle the Bard. We clapped them getting it wrong. The total angular momentum of an atom is determined by vector addition of its electron orbital and what other angular momentum?
Spin.
Yes.
Spin.
3 questions on the University of Dundee's 2014 honorary graduates. I'm being creative. Author and TV presenter Danny Wallace is arguably most famous for writing which book, which was later adapted into a film starring Zooey Deschanel and Jim Carrey?
Yes, Man.
Correct. Liberian peace activist Lema Gabawi gained international coverage for her non-violent protests when she and thousands of other women staged a strike where they refrained from what activity?
Sex.
Correct. School of Computing graduate Chris Vanderkeil's 4J Studios recently developed the games console version of which award-winning PC game?
Minecraft.
Correct. Next, start for 10. Born around 1485, which agent of the English Reformation was executed by King Henry VIII after arranging the latter's marriage with Anne of Cleves? Microphone, microphone.
Thomas Cromwell.
Correct. 3 questions on British politics. Who was the president of the NUM at the time of the strikes in the 1980s?
Arthur Scargill.
Yes. Come on! Yeah. Who was Prime Minister of Great Britain when Edward VIII abdicated the throne in 1936?
Neville Chamberlain.
Apparently it was Stanley Baldwin. What made Nancy Astor stand out when she was elected?
First female MP.
Yes.
First female woman to take her seat.
Okay, well, we'll see if I take the point now. No. I'll be nice. We were nice to the students. What links an Anglo-Saxon kingdom supposedly founded by Hengist and Horsa, an 18th century architect and landscape gardener, the loyal nobleman who speaks the first line of Shakespeare's King Lear, and prominent member of the campaign for nuclear disarmament? No. No. Kent. William Erlov and Bruce. Having its headquarters in Strasbourg, which international body was established in 1949, originally with 10 members, to develop conventions that focus on human rights, education, the environment, health, and culture?
Council of Europe.
Correct. This is a hard one, I'm sorry. Which countries were invaded by the Nazis on the following dates?
Really?
Yeah?
I didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go.
I didn't know you were coming. 11th of March. 11th of March, 1938.
Czechoslovakia.
Correct. 9th of April, 1939. Cogs are turning in Stefan's head. Guess.
Austria?
No, Denmark. 10th of May, 1940.
Belgium.
France. Abundant on the surface of the Moon and other planets of the solar system, which volcanic igneous rock is found in the form of hexagonal columns?
Basalt.
Correct. Bible quotes. From which book in the King James Bible do the following quotes originate? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Psalms.
Correct. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Nice and easy one.
Genesis.
Yep. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
Matthew.
John. Yeah. Come on, students, you're falling behind. By office boys for office boys was Lord Salisbury's description of which daily newspaper launched in Britain on the 4th of May 1896 by Alfred Harmsworth?
News of the World.
Nope. No. Microphone. Microphone.
Daily Mail.
Correct. 3 questions on Italian Renaissance art. Which famous painting was never completed to the artist's high standards, was kept by him until his death, and was once doused in acid and pelted with a rock in the same year? Which famous painting was never completed to the artist's high standards, was kept by him until his death, and was once doused in acid and pelted with a rock? It's now kept behind bulletproof glass. Anything? Guess. No. Can't. Guess.
Mona Lisa.
Correct. This bronze sculpture was the first freestanding male nude made since antiquity. What does it depict and who made it?
David.
And who made it?
Michelangelo?
No.
No.
Donatello. This celebrated and wealthy artist from the north of Italy died of plague in 1576, leaving behind many pupils. He painted altarpieces, portraits, and religious and mythological scenes. His last painting was a Pieta. Who is he?
It's all of them, isn't it?
Titian.
Correct. What title links a novel by Sarah Waters, shortlisted for the 2006 Man Booker Prize, and a painting of 1642 by Rembrandt? Microphone?
Night Watch.
Correct. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's a good point. That was the students who buzzed that first, I think. Was it, audience? Yes. Right, we'll move on to the next one. No point. Sorry. No. In meters per second squared, what is the acceleration of a particle of mass 3 kilograms when subjected to a linear force of 51 newtons? Yes, in meters per second squared, what is the acceleration of a particle of mass 3 kilograms when subjected to a linear force of 51 newtons? Staff, microphone.
Am I allowed to speak this time?
Yes.
153?
Incorrect. Last time, you got to answer straight away. In meters per second squared, what is the acceleration of a particle of mass 3 kilograms when subjected to a linear force of 51 newtons?
70.
Correct. 3 questions on world politics. Josip Broz led the communist partisans to victory against foreign occupation forces in Yugoslavia during the Second World War. By what name was he later better known?
Tito.
Correct. Who was the son of a Siberian peasant? Or he was the son of a Siberian peasant and became the most influential person in the court of Tsar Nicholas II. He was widely thought to have magical powers and was assassinated in 1916.
Rasputin.
Correct. George Washington was the first American president. Who was second of the US?
Thomas Jefferson.
No. John Adams. The top-level domain name of which European Union member state also represents the number 55 in Roman numerals? I think that was... Which was first?
Students.
Students.
Come on, you're winning anyway.
Students.
Liechtenstein.
Staff, go. No conferring. Oh, sorry, students. No conferring. Say it.
Liechtenstein is not a member.
No. Staff? Correct. 3 follow-ups on a chemical element. What element has the atomic number 79 and is one of the least reactive elements in nature?
Platinum.
Gold. What everyday object, 1 billion of which are produced annually, each contains approximately 50 cents worth of gold, totally a value of half a billion dollars? What everyday object, 1 billion of which are produced annually, contains 50 cents worth of gold?
Circuit board?
Mobile phone.
Oh, so it probably isn't.
Gold can be manufactured so thin that it appears transparent. In this form, it's often used in aircraft cockpit windows where electricity can be passed through it. For what reason?
Is it to darken it?
No.
Oh.
It's to de-ice it. It heats up. Denmark Vesey in South Carolina in 1822 and Nat Turner in Virginia in 1831 are noted for organizing what? Anything? I noticed. Slave rebellions. The reign of which monarch saw the bestowal of a knighthood on Isaac Newton, the publication of the Pope's essay on criticism, and the union of the Parliaments of England and Scotland? Correct. 3 questions. This is made for Stefan. 3 questions on Batman's Rogues Gallery. Which Oscar-winning actor will play the newest incarnation of the Joker in the film The Suicide Squad, due for release in 2016?
Jared Leto.
Correct. Which femme fatale was played by Uma Thurman in the critically panned Batman and Robin in 1997? Played by Uma Thurman.
Poison Ivy.
Correct. Which immortal Batman villain was played by Liam Neeson in 2005's Batman Begins and has recently appeared in the TV series Arrow?
Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul.
Correct. That was made for you. It's getting sort of close, and we're almost out of time. Which childlike expression of gustatory delight provides the name of the Japanese girl who accompanies Peep Bo and
Yum yum.
Correct. 3 questions on trees. On which continent does the monkey puzzle tree originate?
South America.
Correct. Which tree's leaves are the symbol of the National Trust?
Oak.
Correct. Answer the following riddle. Which tree is crazy about bricks and mortar? Anything? Time's up. The walnut. That's my favorite question. The Arch of Constantine in Rome was the model for which monument by John Nash erected in front... The Arch of Constantine in Rome was the model for which monument by John Nash, erected in front of Buckingham Palace in 1826 and then moved to the northeast corner of Hyde Park in 1851?
Marble Arch.
Correct. 3 questions on Vikings. Which 2 birds sat on the throne of Odin, king of the gods? It's one kind of bird. There's 2 of them, sorry, to clarify.
Seagulls.
Ravens. What modern nation did the Vikings call Vinland?
Is it America?
I'll accept, yeah. Name one of the 3 creatures that would feature on the prow of almost every Viking longship. One of the 3. It's not 3. Pick one.
Dragon?
Correct. No, the other 2 were eagle and serpent. In botany, the basic structure of a chlorophyll molecule is a porphyrin ring having a central atom of which element?
Copper.
No. Students? In botany, the basic structure of a chlorophyll molecule is a porphyrin ring having a central atom of which element? Go on, guess. Yep.
Nitrogen.
No, magnesium. Another plant question. Which part of a dicotyledonous plant contains the cotyledons, the plumule, and the radicle? I knew all those ones. No. Students, guess the part of a plant.
Seagull.
Yep.
The leaf.
No, the seed. Excepting Prince Edward Island, only 2 of Canada's 10 provinces do not share a border with the USA. For 10 points, name either of them. Students?
Northwest Territory.
Not correct.
Yukon.
Not correct. Nova Scotia or Newfoundland and Labrador. If they answer Newfoundland, accept adding and Labrador as the Yukon, Nunavut, and Northwest Territory are not provinces. Says so on it. Yeah. That was the BBC. What adjective precedes Buddhist, dragon, and fundamentalist in the titles of works by the broadcaster William Woolard and the novelists Kenneth Graham and Mohsin Hamid, respectively? That was students.
Reluctant.
Correct. 3 questions on the Eurovision Song Contest. Which country's jury memorably voted nul point to the Swedish entry, which happened to win the competition and later go on to be a massive act worldwide in 1974? Which country voted 0?
Britain.
It was Britain. And the act was obviously ABBA. Which non-European country will be competing in this year's Eurovision Song Contest for the first time?
Australia.
Correct. And who won the Eurovision Song Contest in 2006 with the song Hard Rock Hallelujah?
Finland.
Yeah, okay. The band is Lordi. I was looking for the band, but yeah, I didn't see.
What was the band?
Lordi. Chile and which other country are the only countries in South America that do not share a border with Brazil?
Sorry,
Chile and which other country are the only countries in South America that do not share a border with Brazil?
Argentina?
Incorrect. Microphone.
Paraguay.
No. Ecuador. In botany, in botany, the term etiolated describes the appearance of a plant that has developed without or being deprived of what?
Sunshine.
Correct. 3 questions on jam and journalism. I've only got 3 follow-ups left after this one. Which city in India replaced Dundee as the world's largest producer of jute? Shh.
Calcutta?
Correct. Which 1996 film starring Bill Murray, Michael Jordan, and the voice of Danny DeVito?
Space Jam.
Correct. See what I did there? What was the one Scottish newspaper that came out in support of independence during last year's referendum?
Sunday Post.
Sunday Herald. What word means, in art, a painting showing Christ's body being taken down from the cross, and in law, a sworn written statement? Yes?
Affidavit.
No. Students? What word means, in art, a painting showing Christ's body being taken down from the cross, and in law, a sworn written statement?
Testament?
No. A deposition. What 3 words are denoted by the initials SWF, a term used since 2007 to denote the huge pools of capital controlled by foreign governments, particularly of oil-rich countries that have been
Sovereign Welfare Fund.
Say it again?
Sovereign Welfare Fund?
Yeah. Actually, no. No. It's not even close enough. One of the words is completely wrong. It's close stuff. 3, 2, 1. Sovereign Wealth Fund. Work this out if you don't know it before you buzz in. What is minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit expressed in Celsius?
Minus 40.
Correct. 3 questions on children's books written by celebrities. Best known for his TV sitcom set in a British workplace, which celebrities' The Flanimals book were adapted for television by ITV?
Ricky Gervais.
Correct. 3, these days better known for her many reality TV appearances, which former model has written a series of children's books called Perfect Ponies, one of which won W.H. Smith's Children's Book of the Year?
Katie Price.
Correct.
We're in my comfort zone now.
This is all being recorded. Ian Fleming, author of the James Bond series of novels, wrote which children's book, which was later adapted into an Oscar-nominated movie?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Correct. Answer as soon as you buzz. The UN Security Council is made up of 5 permanent members: the United States, the UK, the Russian Federation, and 2 other...
China. Oh, and France.
This is the second last set of bonus questions, which is almost bang on 8 o'clock. 3 questions on the works of TV and film producer, director, writer Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is famous for his strong female leads. What is the name of his most famous heroine who lives in Sunnydale?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Correct. Filmed in his own home in 2012, Whedon adapted the Shakespeare play featuring Beatrice... Which Shakespeare play featuring Beatrice, Benedict, and Dogberry? Students never know the Shakespeare questions. 3, 2, 1.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes. Whedon was nominated for a Best Original Screenplay Oscar for his work on which 1995 film featuring Tom Hanks?
Philadelphia?
No, Toy Story. Yeah, Joss Whedon wrote Toy Story. Over 2,500 miles apart, Africa is the northernmost and Punta Arenas the southernmost city in which country that is never more than 250 miles wide?
Chile.
Correct. To the last set of questions. I'm sorry, students, don't look at the score. Final 3 questions are on the Olympics. London hosted the 2012 Olympic Games. Name one of the 2 previous years when they had hosted.
1908.
Yes, in 1948. What connects the following athletes? Runners Zola Budd and Bernard Lagat, and basketball player Becky Hammon.
None of them were born in Britain, but represented Britain.
I don't know if that's right or not. Well, I don't know. The answer is they changed nationalities to compete. But I don't think they all changed to Britain. What was unusual about 2-time Olympic marathon winner Abebe Bikila's running style in the 1960 Games?
Running barefoot.
Correct. That was the last question. That was a lot closer than it began. 330 points for the staff, 290 for the students. That's pretty close.
Test them for drugs.
Not the students. Performance enhancing. Can I just say thank you to you all for coming along? You want to take pictures? You're allowed. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming along tonight. Thank you to our staff. Round of applause. Thank you to the students. And our biggest thank you to Craig, who did the points. Thanks. Staff, here's the trophy. We'll put it back in our trophy cabinet.
How much is it worth on eBay?
Lift it, not very much.
Do we get to engrave staff on it?
Yes, we will engrave staff on it once again. So, thank you all for coming along tonight.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you, audience. Thank you, everyone watching on YouTube, and everybody if you're still there. Thank you, everybody.